Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, I don't think you ever met a stranger. I mean,
No.
No, like I was telling your mother, I come back, I could kind of relate to some of what your boys were saying at the funeral, how he stopped and talked to different people. We go to the ball game and ride together somewhere, and get done with the ball game, and all these other guys, would get together, and they talked, the old one that talked to Ben Meyer, he was a star. I always stood off to the side and thought, well, nobody really wanted to talk to me because I want to talk to Ben. Then we get in the car together, and we talk about, well, what everybody else talked about on the way home. But, he was just that kind of a guy, he was just attracted to him.
yeah.
He was so, yeah, he just had that knack to him, like you say, the kids too, they just liked him, Everybody knew him, and Big Ben, everybody called him Big Ben back there, the young people knew him, and of course when you're in a small town and you've got that kind of name, there's generations that talk about that, see?
Well, I had written to the Observer Advocate, I don't know, about a year ago, because we wanted to get his scrapbook updated to see if they had anything that we didn't already and stuff. And what's his name? Kurt Hildebrandt he's now the editor, but he was their sports editor. And he wrote back to me and he said, I never saw you, Dad, he was before my time and stuff, but he said, I was so excited when you wrote to me because I've heard so many things about him. He said Gordy Neufeld had this special box of clippings, and your dad's all over him and stuff, and and that's one of the reasons why I wrote what I wrote. That you go there and you find people that could have never seen him play, but still they know all about him.
And that put a lot of pressure on his farming too after a while, because when he got out of high school, he played, independent teams, and there was teams going all over wanting him to play, He loved it so much, he didn't want to say no, and so some nights, 4 or 5 nights a week, he played basketball, different teams.
Well, you played too.
Yeah, some of the independent teams, I pretty much stuck with Mountain Lake, and then Leavenworth had a team where him and I played on some, they'd call us once in a while, we got a special game, and we'd run over there and play, but he played on.
We had one page in we just put one page in his scrapbook towards the end that had just the independent.
Yeah, the last page.
Yeah, I happened to see that one.
Did you?
Yeah,
Because your name is in there.
yeah, I said that's probably the only time I ever outscored Ben. It said I outscored 21 and Ben scored 19. I said that must have been history. I don't even remember.
So what was some of his shots that he made and stuff like that? I mean, when he was playing basketball, was he wasn't a ball hog, or was he?
Oh, no.
No.
No, very unselfish, and he was a team player.
Was he?
And I think probably the most important shot he ever made, when we guys were juniors, Wyndham was rated a top team in the state. We got beat twice to him, one time I think by 7, the other by 12 or 13 points during a season. We come in, we had to beat them in the district. And that's the only 2 games we lost that year. Come in the district and they were ahead of us all game, and in the 4th quarter, we got, I think it was 1 point behind. And he put in that, you see the picture where Maynard's holding that basketball, the little guy in his arm?
Right.
The coach took, I forget who it was out, and put this little, his name was Irvin Heidi, they called him Pepper Pot. He's only about 5'3" or 5'4", but quick.
Yeah.
And Wyndham brought the ball up, and bang, he stole the ball in, went for a layup. That put us 1 point ahead, it was something like a minute left. Wyndham went down and didn't score, but come down with the ball again, and with something like 20 seconds left, he passed the ball into Maynard, he just, a nice soft touch, just nice and easy, went around and scored the basket. And we was 3 points ahead then with 20-some seconds. I'll never forget that. Or maybe we were only 1 point ahead. But anyway, Wyndham took the ball out of bounds, and one guy broke down a wide open door in the bucket, and he threw a full court pass. But it went over the guy's fingertips and hit the wall upside him. By that time, the clock was already run out, because then we got the ball out of bounds.
Right.
Just touched it, went out of bounds under their bucket, and we went to the district, went to the regional. Went up to the state tournament, won the first game up there against South St. Paul, got beaten overtime the next night by Gilbert, where he had that Simonovich on. He was 6'11".
Wow.
And they was all thinking this, because he was averaging like about 30 points a game. Well, we played Maynard behind him, and that Lee Lavin, he had 36-inch leaping ability. We played in the front, we held him to 4 free shots that night. and we got
Wow.
beaten overtime. A guy hit a 40-foot shot just before the end of the overtime. And so that was 3 games we lost as our junior year. But the year before, as sophomores, we went through the B team season completely undefeated. So now we had 3 losses in 2 years. We came back as a senior team, went through the season undefeated, got up to state tournament, then we got beat by Hopkins 1 point. So the 3 years he played ball, there was 4 defeats in high school.
Wow.
And Hopkins and went on to win
Yeah, state champion, come back the next year undefeated too, and won something like 80 games in a row then before they
Wow.
got beat. And we should have won that game, we got down 11-0 right away. They had a kid by the name of Porter, we thought was the poorest player on the team, or the poorest shot, we kinda left him open. And he sunk about 3 long ones. It was days before he had 3 points, it was
Right.
2 point. And then he made another bucket or 2, and we down 11-0, they called timeout, and we kept bringing it back. And that Dave Chimperley, that, got a couple of pictures of him there, he ended up, he was a terrific ball player. He stole the ball and was going out for a layup, and they had a 1-point lead. And as he was going down, this Lee Labor was fast, he went and stole the ball from Chimperley just before he was going in for a layup. Dribbled all the way back, but he had such a sprained ankle, he had sprained it in the district that a week or 2 between, the coach took him every day, or every other day at least, up to Minneapolis, the university's trainer, to tape his ankle. And as he went in for a layup, he was kind of limping, just going up for a layup, he dribbled the ball on his knee and went out of bounds. That would have given us the lead with something like 38 seconds left. Got beat by 1 point.